While a great variety of fossil elephants have been known on Earth, all of them are confined to the Cenozoic era, the last 65 million years of Earth's history. For the first period of the Cenozoic era, the Paleogene, almost two-thirds of the Cenozoic era, elephants are known only from the continent of Africa. This was typical early in the Cenozoic. Many of the connections which today connect continents did not exist, and many continents were essentially floating islands with animals endemic to those continents only found there. And so during the Paleogene, elephants are restricted to Africa. This includes the most primitive elephants, which began smaller, which had smaller tusks, more primitive teeth, including teeth absent in later elephants, and were primitive in many features, such as Erytherium from the Paleocene, Phosphatherium from the Paleocene and Eocene, and a number of other primitive forms, such as Moeritherium, and Numidotherium, and Barytherium. These are primitive elephants. By the end of the Paleogene, the earliest of the Dinotheres, Chilgotherium, had evolved and was limited to Africa, unlike later forms. And the group which would include the modern elephants, elephantiforms, had produced a few early members, such as Palaeomastodon and Phiomia, which were both limited to Africa, and the earliest of the mastodons, also limited to Africa, Losodocodon. And so during the Paleogene, elephants evolved, diversified, but at this point were limited to Africa. In the last 23 million years, the Neogene period, beginning with the Miocene epoch, elephants diversified further and were able to spread from Africa throughout the world. This included the Dinotheres, these large elephants with tusks in their lower jaws, such as Prodinotherium and the later Dinotherium, and a number of mastodons. So while Eozygodon remained in Africa, Cynomammoth is known from Asia, and Zygolophodon is known from Africa, Europe, Asia, and throughout North America. Probably from Zygolophodon, mammoth evolved, which includes the species the American mastodon, which was very common throughout North America. Other groups of elephants evolved and spread throughout the world. This included the elephants with the elongated lower jaw, including Platybelodon from Africa and Amebelodon from North America. This included the Gomphotherium family, including the widespread Gomphotherium, and while Gomphotherium reached Panama and is not known from South America, some Gomphotheres, such as Stegomastodon and Cuvieronius, did reach South America. So there are elephants which in recent times reached South America from the Central American land bridge. Stegodon is a group of elephants which are more closely related to the modern elephants, and this would include both giant forms and dwarf species which reached a number of the islands in the Pacific, such as the island of Flores, where dwarf humans lived. And then finally, the mammoths evolved, which included a number of species, including the woolly mammoth, which spread throughout multiple continents and were known until very recently. There are two genera of elephants which have survived till today, although some of their species has become extinct. The genus Elephas is no longer known in the wild, and the genus Loxodonta is in danger of extinction, its two species.